And right now I am sitting with the host, the one and only. So I'm sitting with Anna because she has blessed me and honored me today,
Aw,
to just give me her, her insight and just her experience with us so far. And we just wanted to share with you guys that are watching right now. So Anna, I'm gonna just ask you a few questions, but the first question I would like to ask you is, how are you liking the authentic tribe so far? Like, I just want to know, like, give
yes.
it, spill the juice, spill the
Yeah.
beans,
Well, let me
everything.
let me tell you, I am actually what I love most about your work and your team's work is, we've created a system that we can communicate using project management, a tool, and you guys have done just such an excellent job of responding very, very quickly, making suggestions. And what I love most about, and this is me, because I'm not always on time with my productions, but what I really, really value is that even when I put your team in a crunch, you guys work really, really hard to try to help me meet my goal and my timeline as best as you can. And oftentimes you really just exceed it. And so I have to apologize, people. Sometimes it happens, stuff happens. And I would probably be your prime example of a client that I'm trying really hard, though. I want you to know that. And I really appreciate your help in getting these podcasts done. They're not easy, but I mean, just laying it out the way that we have, and really kind of putting parts. And there's plenty of room, I think, for us to grow and improve the podcast. And I'm excited about that. But I feel really good because we're 10 podcasts in, which is 10 weeks of work. That's, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was a lot, people, but it's possible with them. It's possible. So I encourage you to be a part of their team and let them help you get this done.
Yeah, thank you for that. And
Yeah.
I also want to kind of give people an idea when it comes to launch. I know, like in the beginning, we gave you a manual on how to
Yeah.
prepare for your podcast
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
And just shared some things with you and answered those questions that you may have had in the beginning.
Yes.
Can you just give those who are watching right now just an idea of how that goes, and, you know, even express how you felt at the beginning
Yeah.
of coming in? Because I know most of our clients, they're like so scared when they're doing,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
nervous about doing something
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
But once they have a sit down with us, with the authentic tribe,
Yeah.
we handle them with care, and we try
Yeah.
to help them to feel comfortable
Yeah.
about, just doing business with us.
Yes.
So I would just love it if you can just share just some insight or give us like a spiel of how you felt coming in and just receiving the manual, and afterwards with launching, and now you're on episode 10. If you can just give us some insight on that.
Well, I can tell you, I've taken so many podcast courses, right? Been in challenges, and a little unknown fact, I did over 200 podcasts 10 years ago. Like, I mean, that seems like it was easier. I'm not really sure, but it was easier because I had a co-host on that podcast with me, and a person who kind of helped me with the work, and I had to just show up and do my part. So that's why that was easier. But at this point, it took me literally 2 years from the birthing of Billionaire Brilliance to say this is what I want to do. Many, what do you call, false starts or failure to launches. And interesting enough, when I met you as my team lead for this, I don't know, something about you that really inspired me. Like, I gotta get this done. It was like, and I can tell you, part of it was your willingness to hold me accountable. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing. You need people. In the way we work today, we work with what we call that agile team, and you need a person on your team for specific projects that know their business. That was the one thing that you brought to the table, right? The second thing you
Yeah.
brought is, I love your confidence. I love your ability to sit with me and own your space, right? You weren't intimidated by all my accolades, all my receipts and what I'm gonna do. Bam, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ms. McCoy, you need to do this, this, and this. And then I remember, because I'm a coach, you said, would it be okay if I send you an email on such and such a day just to hold you, just to remind you, and then I'm gonna send you the email first, and if I don't hear from you, I'm gonna give you a call. Now, to me, that was of extreme value. That really motivated me to let's get this done. And then in looking at the information that was provided, I had actually started to do the work, but I hadn't finished the work. And as a result of that, and you taking the lead on this, it really helped me to bring this to completion. The information was well formed. It was really easy to lead us through the process. And that eliminated some of that fear and some of that frustration. And it was just a matter of diving in. And I think you actually helped me to do that as a young professional. I was like, I better I better do my stuff. So that's really what happened. And I hope it happens to others, because I'm sure that you'll end up with many individuals like myself in the same demographics. And the reason for that is I think many people are launching podcasts, but I think this is an amazing space for mature people. They don't necessarily want to be on camera. They have a wealth of information that they want to share, and they just don't know how. And they'll find that they're really so much more comfortable in the podcast environment once they have a team or people to lead them through the process. The other thing that I'm probably jumping ahead of you, was that toolkit also provided the tools, the equipment, the information you needed, and to really guide people to do it well first, rather than just doing it on their phone, doing it, even though they can, great mics, but the toolkit was actually much more successful, giving us various different, brackets, in which if your financial situation was here, then you might consider a starter pack. But if you could go to the top and you could do that, then it's going to serve you so much better. And I love that.
Awesome. And I've worked with first off, thank you so much. Thank you for those kind words, because we are hard workers at Authentic Creations. Like I said, we're dedicated to helping people launch, but we want to create an environment of authenticity where you're comfortable to work with us, and we're going to hold you accountable. Because we don't want you're investing in this thing, and we don't want you to procrastinate. We say generic is a disease, so we're encouraging you to stay authentic, stay creative, keep it moving, and we are here to help you and equip you to be the best that you can be. A lot of people that I've worked with, numerous people, when they've had that whole launch book that we give, that manual that we give to them, they're just at awe, because they're like, with the catalog that we have for the equipment, we just added software, so now people can know what type of software that they can use to record. We're also adding lighting and also cameras for those who want to do video podcasts, if that's something that they want to do. So I'm just saying, it's just surefire. That's what
I absolutely, I think it's an absolute need. And I think even as you continue to move forward in this business, don't be afraid to go big, right? Like, really it's so much space, and it's going to continue to grow. Unlike when we think about video, it's been around so long, and you're competing against so many millions. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of podcasts. But I would say to the audience that's listening and even thinking about doing a podcast, the best advice I can give you is that there is no competition with your voice. Absolutely none. I mean, don't you love that? I love it. I had to encourage my own self that, Anna, just get out here, because part of the podcast process is listening to other podcasts, so you can see how those shows are structured, how people communicate, how to discern that authenticity in the voice. But then with all of that good advice, it's also like intimidating. Like, oh my God, how can they do that? How can they, And then the one thing I said, you know what? There is no competition with my voice, my life experiences, my knowledge acquisition, the things that I can share with people. Either you're going to like it or you're not. And there are plenty of other podcasts that you can listen to until you find that thing that you're relatable with, that resonates with you, that supports your journey. Then you've hit the right place. I might not just be the person to help you do it, but it doesn't mean my podcast isn't any good, because one person, and I only do this for an audience of one. Okay. I'm the first hearer of everything that I say. The second part of that is, if one person, you're my audience of one, by the way, your team, you hear all of this material before anybody hears it. And when you send a note to me and say, oh, that's fire. Oh, I really enjoyed that. I mean, wow. If you're responding to me in the editing room, that's enough. You know what I mean? Because I've accomplished my goal. And I know that that's not where it ends, but that's certainly where it begins. And that's where everybody begins. I don't care who's at the top of this ranking. Everybody started just like our conversation today. And just, I'm so proud of you. Number one, I'm excited for your team. I'm going to be your biggest fan. We're going to get this done. People that are trying to do it, I'm going to send them your way to support this business, because not only are you equipped and capable, but there's something about you as the leader here that you're going to find a way to expand, to create opportunities for other young people, because there's something about you that has that kind of vision that will support this. And that's what I can recognize that in myself, right? And so when we paired together, I knew that you were the right person that was going to help me, bring this thing forward, because I was just lost in the dark, and I'm capable of doing so many things. But I think others will experience it when they give you an opportunity, and that you're going to support that. And you're going to have a team of people that you guys will continue to grow in your creativity. And prayerfully, we'll all experience that reward, and we'll experience in our production and the things that we come up with. I would love nothing more than to see us be some kind of winners of something, because we put forth the effort, because that's what this is. It's effort, people. It is effort. Okay. However, your effort is going to be worthy. It's going to be worthy.
Yay. Okay. Let me just, mind blown. That's the end of that. Let's just wrap it up.
Yes.
No, but that's Anna McCoy, people.
Yeah.
Her podcast is Billionaire Brilliance. Make sure that you check it out. Just like you heard this fire today, just the wisdom, the knowledge, and just, I honor this woman. She is honorable, and we at Authentic Creations enjoy working with her.
Yeah.
We want to continue to work with her to see her podcast grow, for her to reach not just millions, but billions, because the wisdom and the things that she has inside of her are just like life-changing and life-giving.